Oh, we're live. Okay. Hello, everyone. So this is Percy, not Hershey. Percy, hey. He was very, very feisty, to put it in a nice way. But he was like growling and biting and everything. But this is like, I don't know. I've been grooming him for probably more than a year now. Oh, so now he finally kisses me. He gives me love, but never in front of his mom. So I'm not sure if his mom will even, believe me what I tell her. But anyways, we're streaming this live. I have look at that, Percy. Not you don't want to kiss on the lips. You don't go there. Well, Oh, okay. So anyways, so this is a huge improvement from he used to be like, all over the table, just trying to jump off the table constantly and then, going after me. Anyways, but now, he knows what it's all about. So, all right, what we're gonna do first is just kind of spray him down with this, just to strengthen the live hairs, and that way we'll come out any dead hairs, but the live hairs will mostly stay intact. Um, and the idea is, if you guys ever watched Shanghai Noon, where Jackie Chan breaks out of prison with Owen, no, it's Owen, no, it was with Luke Wilson. Yeah, Luke Wilson. Anyways, when Jackie Chan breaks out of jail in the Wild West, he bends the bar with a wet robe. He pees on it, right? And he says, "Wet robe break, bend bars," and no, it was Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson's like, anyways, I don't know why I got lost in that little ramble tangent there. But anyways, like Shanghai Noon, when Jackie Chan gets his robe wet and he uses the wet robe to bend the bars and he says wet cloth don't break or something like that. Wet hair don't break. Okay, so when we go through with the metal comb, it see and the coat is a little damp now, has like the coat conditioners, so now the live hair is gonna kind of absorb that. And so when we go through, oh, you're okay, buddy. Good boy, Percy. And so this is much better than before. He used to get really nasty about it. But now he just kind of pulls away and just, does his thing. But that's the thing. You want to just be patient and persistent, and you want to be firm but gentle. See? So I'm holding where the comb is, and I'm doing it. I'm being persistent and I'm being kind of firm about it, but also gentle, So you want to communicate in your touch lots of things actually. You want to communicate, hey, unfortunately this has to be done. We have to do this. And this is what he's fussing about. You can barely even see it. But when it gets together like that, you can see it. But individually, they're so fine, you can't even see it, right? So that's what's causing the matting, the tangling of the hairs. Because when this tangles up, along with it, tangles up those live healthy hairs, just because it's around it, so it starts to get entangled with all the dead hairs. So when we comb out those few dead hairs, and there's not a lot of them because we see him regularly, so there's not a lot of them, but there's enough. Oh, you're okay, buddy. See, there's enough to where it will cause the live hairs to bundle up with it. You're okay, buddy. You're all right. And so okay, so he's had enough with that foot. See that? He is flexible. This guy. Look at that. So then we'll move on to the next foot, and then he gets it. He understands. Like, all right, this is what he's doing. He's doing it to each leg. You're okay, buddy. Thank you so much, Percy. Thank you for being so patient with me. And really, it is him being patient with me. A lot of people are like, "Oh my God, you're so patient." It's like, am I being patient? Really? Like, I'm the one messing with him. He's not the one messing with my leg. If he was the one kind of, chewing and gnawing at my leg hairs, licking it, and I kept like trying to push him off my leg, like, stop it, stop grooming my leg, dude, stops, and he kept doing it, you know, then you can call me patient. But if I'm the one doing that to him, then he's actually the patient one, right? He just gave you the side. He just gave you the side eye. All right. So back here, I'm feeling a little bit too many tangles, a little bit too much tangles. I'm really milking the Asian thing today, right? Anyways, I'm feeling a little more tangles than in the front leg here, and it's kind of pulling a little bit more, too much. And so in the back here, it usually does. It usually does have a few more knots and tangles because, see, he's sitting on it more. This leg here has less friction, contact on it, than this backside here. It's always getting a lot of contact because he's sitting on it, maybe sometimes scooching it, doing that doggy moonwalk with the, anyways. So back here, what we're gonna do, see that? You can even see the tangled hair, see that? You can see the balls and the bundles of mats there, all of that, see that right there, the big one? So what we're gonna do is we can just shave it off, just shave it off. But that to me is like kind of chopping down the whole forest. This is a living system if you think about it. It has its own flora, living flora. It's like its own jungle, rainforest in there. There's mites, there's bacteria, there's fungus, there's all sorts of things going on on top of what's going on just inside the pore, right? So because you got that sebaceous gland. No, yeah, yeah, the sebaceous gland or something like that. Anyways, it creates like the oils in there. Then you got the pucker and sweat glands and the paws and stuff like that. Anyways, my point is there's a lot going on here. So rather than just shave it all off, right, and just chop down the rainforest without any consideration of the life going on, and we understand. Okay, let's try to save as much as we can. Then we'll cut down the trees that need to be cut down, but let's try to save the forest, right? Okay, so the way I do it, I go in. As soon as I catch, I'm going out. See that? As soon as I catch, I'm pulling out. That way. Oh, hold on. I think I saw some. Corinne, what's up, Corinne? How are you? Hey, buddy. Okay, so go in and out, in and out. See that? Now it's kind of going through a little bit better. So we break up the mats like that. In and out. Oh, you're okay, buddy. See, it's pulling a little bit too hard. Because these bundles of hair, they're already pulling at his skin. So this area is already going to be uncomfortable. So whenever the dog reacts, when you go back there, and they react like that, see, now he's just licking. Before, But anyways, but when you respond in an understanding way, then eventually you get this, where he feels no need to bite me anymore, because he understands I'm just a weirdo, and I'm not gonna. No, but he understands he's not gonna get hurt, and this is nothing scary. This is just something uncomfortable that he has to go through in order to be comfortable. Okay. There we go. Corinne, I'm glad you find me funny, Corinne. I always like in the back of my head, like, oh, should I not have said that? Okay. Okay. So see that? Look at that. That's what we're breaking out. Now I understand that there may be some live hairs here. Maybe, even here, there might be some live hairs. Yeah, you can see it better in this bundle. But I'm willing to lose some live hairs in order to save the forest. You see what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay, I understand. We may lose a few live trees. We may break a few live branches. But let's try to save the rest of the forest and just get rid of the problem areas, So, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'll try the workhorse here. So, we're just gonna go through. Oh, you're okay, buddy. There we go. So you just kind of tease it. So you're not really pulling at it. You just kind of tease it, And then it comes out, but not through force. It's not by force. And the best way I can describe how something can be done not by force, but more finesse, is when I worked at a country club. I was a waiter at a country club when I was 19. And I remember going out. You're allowed to, if you work there, you're allowed to go to the range for free. So I was on the range, and then I see this really old man, probably 80 years old or something, my guess, right? And he goes out there, just walks really slowly out there. And I'm just thinking, this old man, like he might hit the ball 5 feet from him, because he's on like a cane. So he puts his cane aside, kind of takes a little, and then boom, the ball literally goes further than I could have ever hit it. I'll tell you that. And I'm like swinging at it like a baseball player, and this old man just bam, the golf ball flies. So that's when I realized, aha, that's what it means to do things with finesse, not force, you know? Right, Percy? There we go. Okay. There we go. See? Now it's all out. Oh no. Okay, we've got more. Good boy, Finn. Percy. So, but here we got it all out. Here, see that? The comb can go right through. But in the back here, we're gonna have a little bit more because, oh, you can't even see. Sorry about that. Oh, okay, whoa. Crystal LaCroix, it's kind of like weeding a garden. You have to remove the bad plants that aren't serving a purpose because they're taking the nutrients. Exactly, Crystal, I love that. Corinne says, slow and steady wins the race. That's what I was told. Hi, Jane. Where do you buy the gloves with little brush on the finger too? Oh, okay. We ordered it off of Amazon, and it's called Sentry. Sentry Pet Products. And I'll brush his teeth in a little bit before I give him a bath. I like to do it right before the bath. That way, if it gets, yucky or, dirty, messy there, I can wash him. Okay, so we'll go through this a little bit more. Because see, right there, there's some mats. Some heavy ones, big ones. There we go. Now, I hear a lot that dematting a dog is cruel, that this is cruel. It depends on how you do it, I believe. It can be very cruel if you do it in a way that's combative with the dog, it turns into a big battle, a fight, it turns into a fight, that's when it can be very detrimental to the dog's not only physical health, because it'll probably, kind of hurt their skin, kind of rupture those skin cells, and it'll be all red. Like you might get even like internal bleeding right under the skin. Not only that, but the dog's emotional health as well. He's gonna feel traumatized, rough handled, and so see that. That's what I just got. So now that that is out, now we can go through. But I feel like it's kind of like that saying, never let mother brush your hair angry. So it's kind of like that. You don't want the same mother that could be brushing her daughter's hair in a loving way. That could be a very beautiful bonding experience. But if mother's angry and she's brushing that daughter's hair, now that can be a very, bad experience. Theodora, what's up, Theodora? Good morning, everybody. Hey, what's up, Theodora Paz? All right. So see that? Now we can get this comb, even the fine side of the comb. Do you see that? Do you see that flip? That's professional right there. Anyways, before I wear my fingers out. Okay, so see that? All through the leg, no mats. And it feels so nice and silky smooth. Oh, I felt a little mat there. See that? I can even feel it with my fingers now because I had developed these superpowers as a groomer. I'm just kidding. Really, it's just getting your fingers on as many dogs as possible. Well, let me just push this forward here. Bet you can't juggle. Corinne says, bet you can't juggle. Maybe I can. You never know. Theodore Paz, cute doggy. How old is he? I think he's about a year, a little over a year, maybe 2 years old. I mean, because he was a puppy when I first, came. Well, maybe he was like 6 months, so maybe he's about 2 years old now. But cute, isn't he? Oh my goodness. So now the tail. And so today, he's not getting a haircut. We're just gonna give him a bath. And so after the bath, of course, I'm still gonna give him like a tiny haircut. I'm gonna be, scissoring around his eyes, cleaning up around his feet, and then that's it. So this is where most of the time is gonna be spent, combing this coat out like this. See that? Look at that. Oh my. Just by looking at it, you would never be able to tell that all of that is in there. It's only when you get in there with the tools, right down to the skin, that's when you're gonna know, oh my goodness, if there's matting or not. Unless you dig your fingers in there. See, look at that huge one right there. Let me see here. Number 330, Aries. What's up? Corinne, coat's a beautiful, yeah, isn't it? I love it. I'm so glad he's growing up with you, grooming him. Oh, thank you, Theodora. That's so nice. Okay. There we go. See that? All right, now look at that. Oh, feels so good, right, buddy? Okay. Feels good to the touch, and it probably feels so like such a relief for him, to have all these mats out now. Because if he was chewing at it, it was only because he was trying to get it out himself. But, by helping, he's not helping because he's introducing his saliva to it. Now those mats are going to get stinky because of the bacteria. So, rather than leaving it up to him to try to take care of on his own, because he can't, we have to kind of get in there and get it for him with these combs, with tools. We can't even, we could do it with our fingers. It would just take a lot longer, but look at that. See, with these tools, it doesn't take that long. And the time spent, I believe, is an investment. I believe it's a way to show our dogs how much we appreciate them, how much we appreciate their loyalty, their dedication. It's showing them that we care about them and it's our gratitude, And so the time and the labor that I spend, I feel like it's just my way of, showing them that we care. And most owners are not able to do this because they either don't have the tools or the time or the experience, and their dog might not just might not trust them enough to do this, because the dog might be like, hey mom, do you know what you're even doing? Like, hey, don't do that, like my mom coming at me with a needle to give me like an insulin shot or something if I needed it. I'd be like, hey mom, maybe we'll get someone else to do this, So, not that I need it, I'm just saying, anything though, sometimes she tries to prick my blood and take my blood sugar. I'm like, please, stop, mom. Anyways, for whatever reason, a lot of people with dogs with long hair like this that get tangled up and matted, especially during the coat change seasons, like the summertime, springtime, fall, and, winter, basically the heart of every season, they go through a little coat change like this. You know, if they're paying us as professional groomers, I feel like this is the way we can be of service, to our clients, to the dogs. All right. Let's see here. Theodore, I wish I didn't have to go to work. I would totally kick it with you guys. No, of course, go to work. Don't lose your job over this. Aries, number 330 Aries. I'm still fairly new to grooming. I want to know, is a 15 blade safe for dematting? Oh, the 10 just seems to hurt the dog. The 15 is even closer than the 10. And I wouldn't even recommend the 10 really. I would try going with the 7 to leave at least a little bit of coat. Because the hair, not only does it protect the skin, the delicate skin, which is actually thinner than a newborn baby's skin because they only have 5 thin layers of skin, which is why they have hair all over their body to protect their fragile skin. Not only do they not have any more protection, but the oils being produced by the hairs, it uses the oil being produced by the skin uses the hairs to travel along this dog's body. Look at that gnarly one. So if the oils no longer have hair to travel, now you've removed the highway, they just start to pull together wherever gravity takes them. It's usually under the armpits here under the thighs, and the skin will get black and nasty. Why? Because just like if you go to a river where the moving or stream where the water is moving, it's pretty clean. It stays pretty clean. If you go to a pond where the water's still, it's pretty yucky. So moving water stays clean, still water gets yucky. So if you're removing the hairs that the oil uses to move throughout the dog's body, now those oils are going to pull together in certain areas and it's going to get yucky. I hope that makes sense. And it's not to make anyone feel bad. If you're shaving matted dogs like this down with a 10, by all means, But for me, I just choose not to. But again, I'm not going to tell someone who does shave dogs down that are matted, like this, which is totally savable in my opinion. It just takes a little time and effort. But for the people who do just shave them down, I'm not going to ask them to change their ways if they'll do me the same favor and not ask me to change my ways. Good boy, Percy. There we go. Right here along his back, it's thick. See that? So I'm holding the base of it, so it's not really pulling too much at his skin. Get right under the base of it. Go in and out, in and out. See that? That way it's not too much pressure on him, for too long. It's not just constant pressure. It's just pressure, release, pressure, release. Oh, that was perfect timing. Hold on. Oh, it's gone. He licked the air while a mat was flying, and it went on his tongue, and it went in his mouth. Anyways, all right, his mommy might find that later on their walk. That was just perfect timing, wow. All right, so all of these mats are almost gone here. Okay. Now, this safety lead here, you want it loose enough, to where you can get your hand in it. You don't want them to feel too restrained. You just want it there just more as a psychological, barrier. Just to let them know something is there, please don't jump off the table, There you go, buddy. Okay, so let me see here. Alrighty. Oh, makes sense. Thanks a ton. Oh, thank you, Aries. Thank you so much for not taking offense. Theodora Paz, thanks for an analogy. Have a great day. Oh, thank you so much, Theodora. Get to work. Theodora, don't get fired. No, I'm just kidding. Tell them June the groomer said it's okay. They know who I am? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Like, what? Now you're fired and you have no... Anyways. 11, watch G, only 2 likes. Come on. Hit the like button. Go, oh, no, you don't have to. Corinne, thank you so much. You don't... I actually like to keep this like as small as possible because I feel like it's more real, it's more intimate, This is a real group of people who are really interested. I would much rather have a group of 2 or 3 very interested people than a room full of thousands of people who are just kind of interested, but they're on their phones and, no, I want to make a bigger impact on a small amount of people than try to make a mediocre impact on the masses. So I really don't mind. Alrighty. Even if there was only one person watching right now, at least the mom, his mommy can go back and watch it. There you go. See? His front leg. It's always been an issue, his front leg. So we just work with it. There you go, buddy. There you go. You're okay. It's alright, buddy. You're alright. There we go. This one lady, her dog, just like this one, very good with their front legs, just very nimble, and she would actually flip her leg like this around my leg, and then I'm around my arm, and then I would go around hers, and then she would go back ride, and then we would do that, and she was, the mom was like, it looks like you guys are doing like kung fu together. Anyways. Oh, Theodore, glad I stayed for that. Oh, yay, a Javi, love. I shared you in a face. Oh, thank you, Lori Walters, with a group of people with Havanese. I think you gave great advice. Thank you so much. Eric, how do you keep that positive energy? You're so patient. It's really hard sometimes to exactly. I understand. Ali Zen Moonshadow. Yay, June, love. Thank you. And Aries, I think you have a huge advantage over most people because at least you're willing to admit that you get frustrated. Most people aren't even willing to admit it. Like, nope, I'm not frustrated. I'm not mad. It's like clearly, clearly something's bothering you. Your face is red. Your eyes are red. Like you're breathing hard. Like something's up. Nope, I'm good. It's like, come on. The thing is, once you're able to recognize, hey, I'm feeling frustrated, that in and of itself is huge because then just by becoming aware of it, it's almost like shining a light on a cowardly rodent or something coming in on you and just messing things up for you, and you shine a flashlight on it, it runs off. It's like, oh, frustration, I'm feeling it. Frustration's gone. It's like because just by recognizing it, putting it out on the table, hey, I'm feeling frustrated right now. Then all of a sudden you open the door to the question, why? Then you ask yourself, why am I feeling frustrated? Well, because this dog's not cooperating. Well, why is this dog not cooperating? Because he's uncomfortable. And when I tug on his skin like this, it might make him feel pain for a brief moment. And he doesn't want to do this. And he's kind of scared. He wants to be with his mommy. And so that's why he's acting like this. Okay, and that's making you frustrated? Well, it's because he could hurt himself. So you're mad because you're gonna possibly hurt him out of frustration because you don't want to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to hurt him, and he's not cooperating with me, so I'm gonna hurt him. Maybe not physically, but So I think once we start to do self-reflection, and that's why I think grooming your dog is the best form of meditation, because it really, it gives you so many opportunities to just catch yourself, And Cesar Millan says, we don't get the dog that we want, we get the dog that we need. That's gonna help us grow the most. That's gonna push our buttons, and leave a complete mess on our new sofa that we just bought on credit, and we're still making payments on it, and now it's ripped and torn, and has pee on it even. And so they teach us these things like, hey, when you die, will that even matter? No, because that sofa's not coming with you. Well, then why am I so mad about it now? Maybe that dog was sent to you to help you realize that you're being materialistic. Who knows? I'm just saying, just one example, but we don't get the dog that we want, that behaves perfectly for us. We get the dog that does exactly the opposite of what we want to help us learn more about ourselves and master our own emotions. It's self-control. It's about not others' control. It's about self-control. And that's what dogs teach us, is to how to master self-control. So Percy here is my greatest teacher. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're like, that's sacrilegious. No, I'm just kidding. He's my greatest teacher. You know, he teaches me about myself every time I start to feel frustrated. There we go. But to spend this time with him and to get all these knots out gently, you know, then he actually, every time I come, you know, obviously he doesn't really like it. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde. He's barking and kind of growling at me. But once he's on the table, you know, oh, good shake. Do you feel much better? Because we got all these mats out all over his body. Now we're just working on right here behind his neck and shoulders. And then all we have to do is the other side, and then we can give him a bath. So, and the thing is, even if I didn't give him a bath, he would still look and feel and smell better than if I just gave him a bath and didn't do this combing. You see what I'm saying? Like, so for example, let's do the two dog analogy again. This dog here that got brushed, right? If I didn't wash him and I just sprayed a little more coat conditioner on him and, oh, I got a good one now. I love this one, avocado. Anyways, let's say all I do is just spray him down with coat conditioner and I leave him, right? This dog here, where he still has all these mats everywhere, right? I don't comb him. I just wash him in it, dry him in it. This dog here is going to get matted, itchy, nasty, smelly within a few days. This dog here will stay nice and clean and smell nice and feel silky and smooth like this until the next time I come and wash him. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, vets and everybody else can give all the arguments they want. You know, I'm not really good with all that science. I failed science, failed chemistry, failed geometry actually too. And after a while, I just kind of wore it as a badge of honor. In chemistry class, what I did was I would sit in front of the class. My roommate, my old roommate, still my friend, my best friend, he'll tell you, he would just drive him crazy because he was very studious. And he would even do his homework and he would say like, June, just copy it. Just copy my homework and turn it in. And I'd be like, no, that's dishonest. I'm like, no, I'm not turning in someone else's work. I'm just gonna take the F, you know, forget that. And so I would just go into class and sit in the front row and I would put my head down on my book and I would sleep. Like snore sleep, like deep sleep, right in the front row so the teacher would see. And I don't know, for me it was just, I guess, like maybe a cry for help, like notice me, I don't know what it was, but it didn't work. Didn't affect that teacher at all because he was a genius. Anyways, he would just walk out. Several times, probably on like a dozen different occasions, I would wake up with the next class coming in, or I'll wake up and the classroom is dark, everyone's gone, and I'm late for my next class. He wouldn't even bother to wake me up. So all I'm saying is, you're not gonna get a lot of studious scientific facts and those kind of arguments and debate from me. For me, does this pudding taste good? Because the proof is in the pudding. Alrighty, Aries, right, LOL. Ava, you and cute. Oh, what's up, Ava? How are you, girl? So yeah, this is Percy, Ava. This is the dog I was telling you about. So his front leg, again, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but at least he's not attacking me anymore when I go for his front legs. He used to like lay on it, and lay on it. I'm sorry, buddy. He's like, what is he doing? Okay. Maybe this would be a better angle here. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna break up the mats with this first so that it doesn't pull and tug too much. Ugh. Okay. Oh, there we go. He had a mat on his tongue. Okay. Thank you, Percy. Thank you, buddy. Oh, there we go. I see a big old knot right there. Yeah, see that? So it's not everywhere. It just feels like it's everywhere, you know, because the comb catches everywhere. But once we get these few mats out that are just in these few, certain places, then the whole thing is just super easy after this. Even after the bath, he's gonna dry so easily, much faster than if I hadn't done this before the bath. He's gonna dry super easy. He's not gonna be tangled. He's gonna comb out really easily after the bath, because a good groom never lies. If I get this out before the bath, there's no possible there's no possible way that this can grow back, right after the bath that fast. It's going to take several weeks at least to grow back. So as long as I actually get it combed out one time, I don't have to worry about it for the rest of this grooming session. But if I don't get it out now, which is why a lot of groomers just shave the dog, and I get it, I understand. But what I'm saying is, if I don't get this out now, it's gonna give me problems all throughout the bath. He's not gonna lather up well. It's gonna take forever. It's gonna take more shampoo than if I had just combed out. So I'm gonna be, sorry about that. That's because I was combing his tail. But I'm gonna be using more products than necessary. It's gonna take longer, more effort. I'm gonna be working that coat a lot more stuff is gonna be coming out in the bath. So I won't get a good, clean finish, not the same result. And then after the bath, drying is gonna take forever. He's still gonna smell, because a lot of this hair that I'm combing out is what's holding on to the smell. So he's still gonna smell as I'm drying him, that wet dog smell. And then it's also gonna take forever. It's gonna take a long time to dry him. And then he's not even gonna look that great when I'm finished. But if I just put this work in the beginning, right? Then the bath, he lathers so nicely. The shampoo literally just kind of works itself into the coat. You don't even have to use that much, One bottle of shampoo, and right now I'm using this Nudie. I love it. Argan oil shampoo. I love this one. Soft Lily Passion. But anyways, that one bottle lasts me about 2 weeks sometimes, because I use so little of it, because the hair is so soft and silky. The shampoo just kind of works right into itself. You get a really good lather without a lot of shampoo. Then they rinse out nice and clean, right? Then when you dry them, oh my goodness, it literally kind of dries on its own, because the hairs are literally repelling off the moisture. So the drying time is like nothing. And it's really enjoyable because the comb just goes right through. And then once you get them all dry, they're nice and fluffy and soft. Oh, you just want to rub your face in it, oh my God, because it's so soft. And then you just kind of snip around the feet, clean up around the eyes, and you're done, Very, very simple, very easy. Well, simple, not easy. Okay, that back foot there, that front foot there. And we'll get a little bit more after the bath. You're okay, buddy. There we go. So since he's making a fuss, I'll just work at a different area, because we gotta comb him all out anyways. So, here we go. So we'll work back to that area. You can always go back to an area. You don't have to there we go. You can just hold on to this. Like I said, that's more there for psychological. Yeah, Lori Walters. My dog hates having his feet combed too. Very common. You know why? Because here, it's like someone coming and massaging your shoulders, right? Maybe not invited for everyone, but even like a coworker that you don't really know that well, but they still seem friendly enough. comes up and massages your shoulders, you know, yeah, all right, you'll tolerate it, right? It's okay, it's nice. Now, let's say they pull up a chair and they take your shoes off, they start massaging your feet. Now it's gotten real intimate, it's gotten real personal. And now you show them your wedding ring, and you're like, hey, buddy, back off, right? And so, same thing happening with the dogs here, if you think about it, you know? You come and massage their shoulders, they're like, all right, you're not really my family member, but you're all right, you know, I kind of know who you are, I've seen you before, I recognize you. And so he kind of lets it go, you know, and then you go and take off his shoes, and you start massaging his feet. Now it's gotten real intimate. He's like, hey, you're not my mommy. Don't touch me. See, he even used his muzzle to move it all. Like, hey, don't touch my feet. That's what's going on. And so, unless you want to be a real creep, like, hey, just sit down and let me massage your feet. Um, that would be a real creep, right? You just want to be like a, what do you call that? Unfortunately, I have to be creep, kind of creep. And so you just, I understand, you know, like, hey, I get it, you know, but I have to, you know, like, so you just kind of work with it. And then if he says, no, then you just, okay. And then you move on to a different area. And by doing that, you're letting him know, okay, I am going to respect how you feel. You know, I'm not just going to push it on you, but I am going to have to get back to that, you know, I am going to have to do that. So again, I really trust him. He's doing much better, but and he's doing enough to where I can trust him with a loose lead because he's not straining it. But I'm still not gonna trust. He still doesn't have my complete trust where I can just groom him without a lead, a safety lead, because I feel like he might jump if he has the opportunity. Another good way is just to shut the door. Now he doesn't. I've shut off the option for him to escape. I cut off the route of escape. And so, and I know I say always give them an obvious way out, but that's when you're holding them, you know? At least in this room, he understands, you know, there's no point in jumping off this table now. Okay. Haha, that's a great Thank you, Lori Walters. Preparing reminds me of what you said in another video about Abraham Lincoln prepared to chop. Oh yes, exactly. If you have 6 hours to chop down a tree, spend the first, exactly. And so I'm spending the first couple of hours here, you know, getting his coat nice and soft and combed out and his skin clear. That way the bath and the dry and the finished little haircut is only going to take like maybe an hour and a half tops. Because you have to let the shampoo sit and rinsing times. And now the dog's wet, so you got to dry them. So that right there takes about an hour. And then the haircut only takes about 15, 20 minutes. So that's why I say an hour and a half, you know? But still, I think I could get it done in less than that once I get them combed out. But it's this combing out part that's that variable. And I'm sorry, that tail is sensitive. See that? There you go. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much for being so patient with me. Aw. So, the tail also is another area where it's going to be really sensitive because the skin there is even thinner, you know, it's like right on the bone pretty much. You know, there's not a lot to go, a lot of skin there, you know. So when you comb that area and these dead hairs come out, it's going to, you know, make them do that reaction. Alrighty. Oh, you know, just for fun, I was thinking, when I do the haircut, I'll use these scissors. These came for free in that wall, the Euclip Deluxe kit. And this came with that kit for free. It's just plastic, no-name scissors. And so I was thinking just for fun, maybe I'll do his haircut with that. You know, just to further illustrate that it's not the tools that matter. It's the groomer using the tools. You know, knowing where to cut and why to cut. And then how you cut really doesn't matter. If I was completely out of tools and all I had available to me was craft scissors, you know, those little plastic Crayola scissors with the little metal cutting piece right there taped to it pretty much, I would still do a haircut with that. Because the haircut, to me, Doesn't matter as much as the combing and the brushing. And I can always get it done easily with pretty much anything that cuts because the dog is already beautiful. You know, we don't create a beautiful dog. And don't even try because it's impossible. We can't create a beautiful dog. The beautiful dog has already been created for us. All we have to do is just chisel away the excess. Just chisel away. And once we chisel away the excess, this beautiful dog comes out. And then you just have a little bit of light trimming to do, you know? You're okay, buddy. Thank you so much, buddy. Oh, sweat got in my eye. There we go. You're okay. You're all right. There we go. Got his chest. And the front leg here doesn't feel too matted to me when I touch it. There's a few right behind the elbow here. Good boy. Good boy. Again, his back feet here, not only is going to have the most of that clumped up, you know, balls of hair, because there's a lot more friction going on back there. They're sitting down on it. It's getting a lot more contact time with, you know, other surfaces. You're gonna find a lot more tangles there, right? And so we just want to be very firm but gentle, because as it comes out, it's gonna feel better to him once it's out. There we go, buddy. See, he felt it come out. Good boy. Now I'm combing all the way, and he's not really reacting. There we go. Oh, you just gotta be creative. Oh, you're all right, buddy. Okay. Alrighty. I think the last time I was here to wash him, I streamed this live. And so that might have been 6 weeks ago. That might have been like a month and a half ago. And so if you think about it, a month and a half since I last groomed him, you know? And this is all it really took. Now he's all combed out here, he's all combed out there. You know? All the mats here on the back of his shoulders are gone. Look at that. Now we just have to work on this shoulder and the leg, and then we can go ahead and wash them. So that's what I feel like. I have a theory called the golden triangle, and my wife actually came up with it. But I loved it so much that I'm going to take credit for it. I'm going to share it everywhere with the whole world, and I'm going to make sure that I get all the credit for it. Make sure my wife's name never gets mentioned for this golden triangle idea. Thanks, honey. See ya. No, what a terrible human being, right? Anyways, the concept is called the golden triangle. So what we do is we take a triangle, right? And picture a triangle and split it into 3 horizontal sections. He did that because I was pulling on a mat, not because this is loose. He was making that sound because I was pulling on this mat here. Anyways, picture a triangle and split it into 3 horizontal sections. Then at the bottom, you have the largest section. Then in the middle, you have a section a little smaller. And then at the top, you have the tip of the triangle, you know, the smallest section. Now imagine each of those sections represent time, the time that it takes, the amount of time you're gonna spend, right? Now at the bottom of the triangle, that bottom section, you write prep, right? So meaning you're gonna spend the most time on the prep, on this. Now, the second middle triangle, you write bath and dry, right? And then on the top of the triangle, you put haircut, finish, you know? Then you have a beautiful groom that stands the test of time, you know, like the pyramids in Egypt. Now, if you flip the triangle upside down, right, and you're spending the least amount of time on the prep, more time washing and drying, and then even more time on the haircut. Now the pyramid is upside down. Anything, even a slight breeze will blow it over. So that's kind of our little theory, our analogy, our concept called the golden triangle. Why I believe it makes more sense to spend more time on the prep than on the haircut. Just like a chef would spend more time doing the mise en place, the prep. That's the most important part of a chef's day. And Chef Alex, what is his last name? Chef Alex, I forget his last name. Anyways, Atala, Chef Alex Atala. He's a Brazilian chef, right? He says that for him, the mise en place doesn't start in the kitchen. It starts in the forest, in the field, right? So, anyways, that's where the chef spends the most of his time. Then the chef spends, or she spends a little less time actually cooking and heating up and mixing the ingredients. Then even less time plating the dish, making it look pretty. Most of the time was spent in the prep, and that's why the dish tastes so good. And that's why they say a good dish never lies. And that's why I say a good girl never lies. Okay. Dermig, what's up, Dermig? Ira, hey, I just coughed in his face. I'm sorry about that, Percy. Hi, June. Hi, Percy. What's up, Dermig? I just finished grooming a cavy. Whoa, awesome. Cavalier, King Charles Spaniel. Percy and Lori Walter says, Percy and my Reuben could be twins. It's like watching you groom my dog. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I mean, and there's no special magic to it, see? I mean, it's just doing it patiently and communicating through your touch. Hey, it's okay, it's all right. Communicating through your touch, because they don't really understand our language. They do, I believe they understand words, and they start to understand the meaning of certain words. But I feel like rather than try to talk to them in our language, especially when they're stressed out, if we were to try to talk to him in his language, I feel like he feels a little more comfortable, a little more at ease. At least this person understands my language. You're okay. It's all right. But like a scared child from another country, right? That's how I picture it. So if he was a scared child from another country, he doesn't understand these medical procedures that we're doing, then, just like a scared child, if I didn't understand if I didn't know his language, then I'll just kind of communicate with my eyes, with my body language, with the way I touch him, that he's okay, he's in good hands. But let's say it was a Spanish kid, and I know a little bit of Spanish. I would try to use the little Spanish I knew to help put him at ease, you know? And that's how I feel with the dogs too. I'm not an expert professional dog trainer or a behaviorist. I'm just a dog enthusiast in that area, But the few words I do know in his language, I can try to use, to help put him at ease. There you go, buddy. There we go. Up, down. There you go. Good boy, Percy. Good boy. There you go. And as he does this too, as he gets through this, and we get this mat combed out of here, he's actually gonna feel good too. He's gonna be like, wow, I did it. I went through it, He's gonna feel proud of himself. And they literally do. After I groom them, they kind of prance, they trot, like, oh, I feel good. Look at me, Not that, I don't think that dogs have vanity. I don't think that they're able to be vain. But if they were, after the groom would be a perfect moment for it, right, to show itself. Alrighty, there we go. So now he's almost all combed out. Just that front leg, there we go. Oh, got his muzzle. Okay. Good job, buddy, you did it. You did it, Percy. Okay. Do you want a treat? No? Okay. That's not uncommon. Dogs usually won't take treats while they're in like a stressful situation. And I won't lie, this is stress for a dog, but it's the kind of stress where if if you were to take a final exam, you know, that kind of stress where you feel the stress, but when you get through it, you come out of it feeling like you've grown, like you accomplished something. Okay, um, Lori Walters, love your approach. After watching your videos, I learned to be calm and patient with him and take my time. He even fell asleep during his brushing. Wow, good for you, Lori Walters. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's Dr. Wayne Dyer. And it's also a scientific fact. But yeah, when you change yourself, the things around you change. And it's not about changing the dog. It's about changing the way I look at the dog. And the dog literally changes for me. Sorry, I had to blow my nose, buddy. Alrighty, not that he would want to smell that. I just, he was looking at me weird, like he was curious, so I just let him smell it. Sorry, guys. Hashtag don't be weird. Oh, man. So now his head is actually pretty good. It's in pretty good shape. Even behind his ears here, look at that. Stay tangle free. And this is another area where it's very easy for the dog's hair to tangle up because the ears flopping around, rubbing against that skin, rubbing against the hairs. But hey, he stayed pretty tangle free and pretty good this time. Wow. Good job, Percy. You were such a good boy. I am so proud of you, Percy. Oh my goodness. You're growing up to be such a handsome young man, right? With your long hair. Look at these long ears. I'm digging it, buddy. I'm digging that natural look. Alright. Okay, we could really use a toothbrushing, can't we? Get some of that minty fresh gel in there. Okay. Now right here, you may notice a lot of pet owners, right under here, you'll notice that like right around this fold here, right in the middle of the bottom jaw, gets really nasty. Now I've plucked this area before because the hair was so brown and nasty and just brittle, it just pulled right out. Now obviously this won't pull right out, it's live still. It's new, it's the new hair that replaced the hair that I pulled out. So now you can just comb it and it stays nice and clean. There you go. But rather than shave that area, right? Just get clippers or scissors and just cut it out. If I pull it out, now the skin underneath it can heal up and become healthy. Now healthy hair grows, and now this area doesn't get nasty anymore. So you don't have to. You can clip it if you like. It's all unique situations and about the comfort of the dog. But I prefer, if the dog will allow me to, I prefer to pull it out because the area is already compromised. Let's just get rid of it, clear the skin out so the stubble's not in there. Now the skin is clear and it has a good environment to heal itself. And then it'll grow nice healthy hair to replace it. And then we can take care of that new hair a little better, see like that? Now it's not nasty and dirty. So a little tip there, if that helps anybody. But I mean, for this owner as well, how cool is that? Now she doesn't have to worry about that area right there on either side being all nasty and brown. Okay. Let's see. Dermig, hey, dogs like smelling everything. The weirder the... Exactly, right? You get me, Dermig. I'm gonna have him smell my butt earlier. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Kim Markey, good morning, June and viewers. What's up, Kim Markey? Dermig says, my veterinarian told me to gently wipe it with 3% peroxide on a cotton ball. And that's the thing. Peroxide is gonna dry it out more. Once it's dry and open, guess what's gonna happen? Bacteria is gonna move right in because it's very opportunistic. So that's why I don't recommend peroxide or alcohol, because yeah, you may be zapping it for the moment, but you're zapping everything, even the good bacteria that's keeping away the bad bacteria. So, you know, me personally, I don't like things that dry the hair out or the skin, like peroxide or alcohol, especially in the ears. It's gonna, if you use alcohol or peroxide in the ear, it's gonna just dry out the skin more, causing more inflammation and all that. So, anyways, you know, you can do what your vet tells you to, but he'll love you for it because you'll be in his office, right? Anyway, I shouldn't say that. Kimaki, oh really? I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I mean, it's worth a try, right? Derming says, "Good morning, Kim." Lori says, "What do you pull it out with?" My fingers. Sometimes I will use ear powder on my fingers, and to help grip the hairs better. Kim Marquis says, "Ouch." Yeah, it's ouch if you pull this out when it's live, but when it's all fuzzy and brittle and it's just nasty and brown, if you just kind of pinch at it, it literally just pulls right out, and you'll see like raw skin underneath. Dermig, I pluck the hair there too, really, really gently, exactly. But the peroxide really helps. You could use peroxide, or you could use, like Zymox, like anyways. Kim Marquis, oops, okay then, no peroxide. I prefer using oils even. You could use like avocado oil, you can use argan oil, you could even spray something like this, you know, soothes allergies right there on that spot. Banix helps too. Derma, yeah, with us it really helped. I don't do it often though. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Every dog's different. Some dogs you can shave them, and every year their whole life, and their skin is just very resilient. It'll bounce back every season. They'll never get the bumps and nastiness. Other dogs you shave them one time, their whole life just they get shaved once, and now they got this black skin disease and hair doesn't grow back. So every dog's different. Um, Jeremy says, the oil idea sounds awesome. Exactly, because oil protects life. Oil is on everything, even the trees and the leaves. Everything that's alive has oil to protect it. Just think about that. All right, so he's all combed out. We're gonna give him a bath, and check out this awesome setup I have here. So I use a little hair stop, and then I use this to spray them with. Isn't that awesome? And I'm gonna use this Nudie Argan Oil. I just love this shampoo. Oh my goodness. And anyways, the smell is nice and soft. And so, anyways, I got that. I got this at Hollywood Feed. I didn't really think Hollywood Feed would have any shampoo, but Hollywood Feed had all kinds of good shampoo, and I tried this one. I'm really liking it. So, anyways, I'm gonna give him a bath and then dry him, and it's kind of boring. It's just washing and drying. So I guess I'll stream back live when I do the haircut. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these free scissors that I got with the wall kit. I'll show you. So when you order those $34 clippers, this is what you get. And I put the affiliate link on another video. But anyways, it comes with this kit here. You get all the comb guards, you get the clippers, and then you get a little almost a beard comb. I use it for my beard, and you get these freebie scissors. Literally, this like smaller than my hand, right? I'm gonna use these just to prove a point that it's not the tools that makes a good groomer. It's just hours on the saddle. Okay. How do you bathe big dogs? Most of them I bathe like on like in their driveway, sometimes in their tub. A lot of my clients have these huge walk-in tubs, these bathrooms bigger than my kitchen. So, usually bathing a big dog is not an issue. Or if they don't have a setup, sometimes this one dog I take them to the paw stand. It's a self-wash place. But yeah, I mean, you just work with whatever. That's what I like about house call, it kind of keeps me on my toes, keeps me creative. Kim Marquis, dang, that's nice. Yeah, right? So you get this, you get the comb guards, you get the little plastic comb, which I don't recommend on dogs, plastic combs, and you get these scissors. I've used round tip scissors before, LOL. Laura says, hi, I'm from Vienna, Austria. Wow, I love watching you. Your explanations are great. I'm totally new in the business and thank you. Oh my goodness, Laura Milaslavich. Miloslavich. Am I right? Laura Miloslavich. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Wow. Let's just talk, you and me. We're just gonna talk for a few minutes. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I gotta get going, guys. I'll see you. I'll see you at the haircut. Yes, I got it right. Awesome. I'll see you later. Maybe give me about an hour. I'll be back.